You could find anything that you wanted in the African American community in Midtown, in the Central District. There were stationery stores. You could go there and you could buy your stationery. 25th was jumping, it was crowded. Broadway was also a spot. VJ Records was really moving along and was really hot at that particular point in time. It was a vibrant community.
It was a very bustling place, you know, a lot of corner stores, grocery stores, and things of that sort.
2-5 was the heart of the black neighborhoods.
Back then, if a black didn't work in the steel mill, there were jobs in the Midtown section for youth to have something to do during the summer months.
It's debatable what university had the first African American Studies program. Based on our research, it was Indiana University Northwest and not San Francisco State University. The Little Calumet River flows south of Gary, Calumet City, and Hammond, north of Munster and Lansing. The Little Calumet flows into the Calumet River and Cal-Sag Canal. The Little Calumet River was a dividing line of separation between African Americans and whites in Gary, Indiana. Built by U.S. Steel, the steel mill quarter houses of stucco design was provided for African American workers of U.S. Steel. In cold hard facts, VJ was founded in Gary, Indiana in 1953 by Vivian Carter and James C. Bracken, Mr. and Mrs. Bracken. The first song they ever recorded made it to the top 10 of the National Rhythm and Blues charts. In a short time, VJ was the most successful black-owned recording company in the USA. By 1963, they were charting records at a faster rate than some of the major labels. They were the first company to have the Beatles, and in 1 month alone, in early 1964, they sold 2.6 million Beatles singles. 2 years later, unfortunately, the company was bankrupt. Richard Gordon Hatcher became the first African American mayor of Gary, Indiana, on January 1st, 1968. He had won election the previous November as one of the first black mayors elected in a major northern industrial city, and the first in the state of Indiana. He was elected mayor of Gary in 1967 and served until 1987. The Camel Friendship House was a place of fun and games for youth. Daycare, boxing, basketball, pool tables, dances, and the greatest of talent shows featuring the Jackson 5, the Ripples and the Waves, and other great groups of that day. Andrew Means built the first housing development by a black man. His home was a part of the Means Manor and was so unique and beautiful for its design that it attracted visitors from other cities. Theodore Roosevelt High School, the Velt as it is called, has served as an efficient educational center for a number of years. It began with very few students who attended school in a one-room frame structure erected in 1908 at 12th Avenue and Massachusetts Street. Avery Brooks played the role of Captain Benjamin Lafayette Sisko in the television series Star Trek Deep Space Nine. He is also known as Hawk in Spencer for Hire. The Jackson 5 formed first as a trio in 1963, with Jackie, born Sigmund Jackson, on May 4th, 1951, Tito, born Toranio Jackson, on October 15th, 1953, and Jermaine, born December 11th, 1954, singing with two cousins backing them, although they were replaced by two younger Jackson boys, Marlon, born March 12, 1957, and Michael, born August 29, 1958, the following year. Ida B. King, known for her elegance and precise speech, taught at Roosevelt High School. She is also in the Steel City Hall of Fame. Thelma Marshall, a great humanitarian, developed a facility for homeless and abused children. She gave birth to one of our greatest actors, William Marshall, best known for his excellent portrayal of Frederick Douglass and the film Blackula. Lorraine Duncan was the first African-American woman born in the city of Gary.
The superhighways and the idea of shopping malls and so forth, those things were attractive to business houses to move where there was large numbers of people. So it was back in those years that when Gary lost its major business houses.
I think Sears left first. And then that's where the change began to follow. U.S. Steel started laying off. Bud Plant was beginning to shift their business when Ford pulled their stamp out. So that means black lost their jobs.
I would hope that our city fathers feel that it's important that a refocus on Midtown is important enough to put some emphasis on it, especially along the lines of redevelopment.
If we were to take Midtown back in the day when it was a vibrant community and be able to put it into today, it would be a model for the country in terms of what can be done to improve the conditions of people. And people from all over the world, incidentally, would come to Gary to find out what's going on here and what are people doing in order to get these kinds of results, to get these high results in educational attainment, to see vibrant communities that are rebuilt.
The story. Buildings are erected and demolished, faces come and go. Leaders rise from the dust and return forevermore. But the one thing that lives beyond it all is the story.
Our story.
Their story.
Your story.
It cries out from the ruins of what once was. We hear it in our music, we see it in our dance, we taste it in our food, we feel it in our hands.
It speaks to us, it longs for us, it will even reach for us. It cusses us, it touches us, and it says,
Up, you mighty people, you can achieve what you will.
We shall overcome.
We must be the change we wish to see in the world.
By any means necessary.
Realize the dream.
No man is an island.
We must unite.
Stand steadfast and ready to fight the good fight.
Only the strong survive.
If we believe it, we can achieve it.
Lean not unto your own understanding.
Through God, all things are possible.
Let the story lead us. Let the story breed us.
Believe it, receive it, take it at its word.
Positively growing, ultimately knowing.
Your story.
Their story.
Our story.
The story.
To know, understand, and learn from our historical past is a significant and needed cultural component in order for us to be the change we wish to see within our urban inner city communities.
Become a part of our collective movement by making a financial contribution to the cause of preserving the legacy of historic Midtown, the Central District. Send your contributions to the Historic Midtown Chamber of Commerce, P.O. Box 467, Gary, Indiana 46402.
It is now time for us to collectively gain back our cultural confidence, build upon our historical memories, and exercise our economic power.